Europe is called the Old World. However, it is not because the continent is older than the others. The reason for that name is cultural, not geological. Europe is renowned for its splendid capitals and rich culture. We take for granted the European blend of antique, medieval, and ultra-modern architecture. In fact, it's the result of 3,000 years of history. In the process, new cities, whole empires, and civilizations have appeared and vanished. We rarely think about our origins, so let's go back some 10 centuries and consider the circumstances. There was no Moscow back then, no Berlin, Prague, Amsterdam, Brussels, Warsaw, and none of the northern capitals. In the year Christ was born, only 9 of today's European capitals existed, and in 753 BC, Anno Urbis Conditiae, the year that Romulus founded the Eternal City, only 2 of today's capitals could be found on the map of Europe, Athens and Sofia.
My name is Terry. I was born in London, but I've lived here for about a decade. I am a Sofian. Sofia is my city. This city's European atmosphere, its Mediterranean spirit makes me feel Celtic, Roman, Thracian, Hellenic. But above all, I feel cosmopolitan. Sofia is ancient, but it hasn't grown old. It's grown extremely wise, like the translation of its name from the Greek, God's wisdom.
The temple in Constantine's palace. It was built of red bricks at the beginning of the 4th century. There are 5 layers of frescoes preserved inside. The first one features images of flowers. It is a Byzantine layer from the 4th century. On top of it, there are 3 layers with Bulgarian frescoes. Angels from the 10th century form the Ascension of Jesus, from the 11th to the 12th century, and a katitor, portrait of a bishop from the 14th century. The 5th layer features Ottoman designs from the time when the temple was used as a mosque. Serdica had enormous importance for the development of Christianity. The St. Sophia Church is one of the most significant temples in the city. The Church of St. Sophia is contemporary with the Church of St. George, younger by no more than 40 years. In 343 AD, 318 bishops convened here during the Serdica Council. For a while, Serdica was the spiritual capital of the world.
So here, in Bojana Church, there are Bulgaria's most famous frescoes.
The church, which is unique in Europe, was constructed at 3 separate stages, in the 10th, 13th, and 19th centuries. At different points, it was a family chapel and the tomb of a local ruler. In the 13th century, Sebastokrator Kolian and his wife Desislava expanded the existing church and had it decorated with frescoes. Today you can see their portraits and those of Tsar Constantine Tichy and his wife Irene on the walls of the church. Art historians claim that the Bojana Church frescoes are portents of the European Renaissance. They are the first church frescoes in Europe that broke the canon and introduced realism in the depiction of people. They were painted 10 years before the birth of Giotto, the famous pre-Renaissance master. St. Alexander Nevsky is the patriarchal cathedral of the Bulgarians. It was designed by a Russian architect, but it looks nothing like a Russian church. The Nevsky Cathedral was constructed in a Neo-Byzantine style. The central dome and the bell tower dome are slated with pure gold. A rich collection of priceless icons are kept in the crypt. These are the thrones for the Bulgarian Tsars. Next to it is the Patriarch's throne. The bell tower is 53 meters high. Sofia remained Roman even after the fall of Rome, Byzantine after the fall of the Byzantine Empire. The city preserved the spirit of the vanished civilizations. even after the metropolises were gone, after the empires were no more. The Church of Saint Sophia in Istanbul was turned into a mosque. The descendants of the ancient Hellenes and Romans in Constantinople were gradually assimilated by the aggressive Ottoman culture, but Saint Sophia was preserved here. The journey from Rome to Constantinople, which took centuries in time and thousands of kilometers in distance, can be covered in minutes within Sofia. Go ahead and try it.